No, it's just I guess if I had to analyze it, the opening line, they'll lay me down into my grave. I kind of, you kind of go through some dark stuff, and I kind of wanted to exercise that. I mean, this album to me, a lot of it is just kind of a release for me, just from the past few years. We all go through stuff, and
absolutely.
I kind of figured, I don't feel like the solution is kind of pretending it's not there. So I kind of thought, well, maybe if I can, say this stuff out loud, maybe some other kids or some other people are kind of feeling the same way. And because the records that really helped me growing up were the ones where people kind of weren't afraid to kind of say how they were feeling and look at the darker things in life, and
right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely.
Dark Side of the Moon, for one.
Oh, absolutely.
But do you not think, though, when something's lived, something's experienced by someone, it has that soul in the song, it has that life, it's something that's been written for somebody else to perform, it hasn't got the same life. It might be a good song, it might have good arrangement, but you can tell when something's emotional and something means something, and people do relate to it, so, yeah, fair play for that.
Yes.
Absolutely. No, that's kind of the whole point. I mean, to feel something. If you can make the listener feel something, and I totally agree with you. I mean, it's why doing everything myself was really important to me, because I kind of wanted to put every ounce of myself in it, and hopefully, it comes across as believable, because I wasn't BSing anyone on this record for
right.
sure.
Yeah, and apologies for asking what the songs are about, because the doc will tell you I'm a sick puppy. Me, I don't want anyone asking about my songs. What does that mean? Oh, yes.
Next question. Yeah.
People would get mad. You don't want to get any lawsuits going on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but we'll say nothing about that until I've spoken to my lawyer.
Well, one of the biggest reasons for that question, not just myself but other people, it's a curiosity sometimes, because people want to know. I mean, they have their own idea, they form their own idea once they listen to the song, but at the end of the day, they still kind of want to know what the writer was feeling when they were writing that song, or how it came about. I mean, there's tons and tons of people, but there are people like myself who it's just a general curiosity, because it doesn't have to be a super exciting story at all. I mean, it can just be simple, like, well, this is what happened, the song came out this way. Well, cool, that's a cool writing process. I mean, that's your own, and that's what matters, so it doesn't have to be like, like Stars and Stripes and all that other fun stuff just to make it exciting.
No,
Stars and Stripes.
Sorry, that's a song we'll be playing later on in part 2, so.
Oh, I thought you meant that. Right, sorry. My bad, I'll back off.
Yeah, shut up, Meg.
No, I think, to respond to that, if I can.
Go for it.
I think a lot of artists are introverts, and music is, I think a lot of musicians and songwriters express themselves in music because maybe some of them, I know for myself, you kind of feel like it's the one way that you can express things that maybe you can't necessarily articulate otherwise. Yeah. And I think, being an artist, you kind of, some stuff you do want to keep to yourself, because putting out a record and putting out songs that mean a lot to you, it's a very revealing process, and it can be very terrifying, especially when you write songs, as I think, that David kind of would agree with, it's, you kind of expose yourself, and there's a lot, when they're very close to you, it's kind of hard to let that go. And I think, I know in my experience after putting this record out, it's a really personal record. I've kind of had to distance myself a little, and I think, I don't know if that's something David or other artists can relate to, but I think, when you kind of put it out into the world, and you have to kind of accept that people are going to react to it or interpret it in different ways, and it kind of, you can't distance yourself, it can kind of destroy you in a way.
Yeah, I can relate to that. So, I mean, I suppose distancing yourself is a good thing, but at the same time, like when you go through that, writing about something like that, it is a bit of a release. But I know what you mean. Coming to then perform it, that's a whole different beast, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, we have time for one more song, and then we'll wrap things up here. So the last song we're going to do tonight is one called Cyanide Caress, and I believe it's the first one I played on Jeff's recommendation. Cool. So let's go with Cyanide Caress, Ill-Advised. Dig this.
Pick my wounds to help pass the time, caressing scars with cyanide. I hang my thoughts with wired lines. It's getting old, putting up a fight. Devil's night, left alone in a hell built easier to say that you can't escape your pain when the dark is all you know. It's too hard to let it go. The things they say to you, it tells you nothing new. The hope you thought was gone will never leave you. Please save me from this dark dream that is pulling me down. My sanity is escaping me. Can you help me now? These thoughts, I
Ill-Advised with Cyanide Caress. Now, that was a pretty deep song, but I really enjoyed it. And the part I think I liked the most was the kind of little breakdown closer to the end with the almost kind of happy keyboard but kind of somber lyrics.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it.
What are you thinking, Dave?
No, I liked it. Like I say, I want to hear it properly, so I'm probably going to go online tomorrow and check it out, like through the headphones properly, you know. But the chorus bits are very anthemic. I mean, it almost. I hope you don't take this as an insult, but I mean, like, you know, like 30 Seconds to Mars, like that type of anthemic. Almost, you can imagine a chorus like that being like sang in a big venue, kind of. You know what I mean? Epic, like it.
I appreciate that, guys. No, I don't take offense to that at all. I've seen them live when I was in high school, so I mean, no, I mean that's I kind of write with a more, dare I say, pop kind of tint. I just gravitate toward melody, and so yeah, no, I don't take offense at all. Thank you.
No, that's cool. I might be DMing you for some tips later on, but we'll talk about that later.
Absolutely.
And so lastly, Jeff, what's next for Ill-Advised? Like, what are the plans? Do you have anything that's coming up, like shows, like new songs, that sort of thing?
Yeah, we have a show this coming Saturday, June 25th. We're based in New Jersey, so we're playing at the Old Mogul Theater, and then we have a show on July 10th in Trenton, down south, and there are more shows to be announced down the East Coast for the rest of the summer. In terms of, so we're just going to kind of bring Parkway Divides to anyone who will listen, and yeah, no, I just want to say thank you to you, Dr. Bones, for being a huge advocate for Ill-Advised and for the music. It's, as I've told you, you know, when we've talked privately, like I really, it's really awesome to have someone like you out there pushing good independent bands and giving them a chance, because I've heard a lot of great bands on your show, and yeah, just thank you.
Yeah, seconded.
Well, thank you for the compliment. I do what I can, and I do what I like, so otherwise I wouldn't be on the air doing this right now. But that's going to wrap it up, Harry, but thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate having you on, and we'll have to have you on again sometime soon.
Thanks for having me.
Cool to meet you, Harry. Take it easy, Bob.
You as well.
All right, Harry, we have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon. We'll keep in touch.
All right. See you guys.
Have a good night.
Thanks.
All right, guys, that was Harry from Who Is Ill-Advised, and that's going to wrap up part 1 of NMS, and we'll be back for part 2 in about